Hey you guys, let's get into this homemade lumpia. It is a Filipino staple. It's absolutely delicious, so easy to make. Once you get it down, you're gonna be obsessed like I am. If you've never had it, stick around so you can learn all about it. I promise you're gonna be in love. And you definitely won't be able to eat just one. So first thing first, you want to gather your ingredients. For this recipe, we have some carrots, celery, white onion, and then of course your seasonings. And then for the meat that we're adding to our lumpia, we're going to use some ground pork and some ground beef combined. I have definitely made a batch of lumpia with just beef, so if pork isn't your thing, feel free to omit it. And you want to start by dicing up your vegetables really fine. If you have a food processor, that will work perfectly for this part. And I definitely have a food processor, but I love using this little choppy thing here because it's just so fun and therapeutic for me to smash down on it. So I just gave my carrots a nice little fine chop so I can add them to this chopper, and I am going to town on it to get them into bite-sized pieces like so. And then we're basically going to do the same exact thing with the celery. So the main ingredients for lumpia are celery, onion, and carrots. They are absolutely vital to make the flavor profile of the lumpia come together and to make it authentic. Go ahead and chop up your onion and then use your chopper to make them into finely diced pieces. Again, if you have a food processor, you can use that, or you can just use your knife to dice them up nice and fine, about this size that you see here. And then we're going to add a couple cloves of garlic for some extra flavor. I like to use my garlic rocker to just get a nice fine mince on it. Again, use your food processor or a knife. Once you get all of those veggies and garlic nice and diced up and minced, you're going to add them directly into the meat mixture, and then you're going to season it up. We have some garlic powder, seasoned salt, black pepper, and some other goodies. The full recipe with step-by-step instructions and ingredients is listed in the caption below, so be sure to check that out, and also like, save, and subscribe to my channel for some more delicious recipes. Once you get that meat mixture all combined and mixed up very well, you're going to get started on rolling your lumpia. So what we have here are spring roll wrappers, and they are very different from the Vietnamese spring roll wrappers where you get your fresh veggies in the clear plastic-like wrappers. These ones are more of a pastry-like spring roll wrapper. You can usually find them at your local Asian mart or in the freezer section at your grocery store. They usually come frozen, and I keep mine frozen until I'm ready to use them. So as you can see, I cut them in half. They come with 25 pieces. When I cut them in half, I can make 50 pieces of lumpia. And I like the crust of my lumpia to be extra crispy, extra golden brown, so I cut them in half so that it can be nice and thin when I get ready to fry them. It's very important to separate your lumpia wrappers prior to rolling, just to make your life much easier when you get started. I learned this tip from a Filipino friend of mine. You're going to add your meat mixture to a large gallon-sized Ziploc bag. It's going to help us pipe out the meat mixture directly into the lumpia wrappers so that it's super simple when it comes time to roll. You can do this method, or you can simply add the meat directly onto your wrappers and roll accordingly. Once you get that meat mixture added to the bag, just cut a slit into one of the corners and close the bag up. Then you are going to pipe it directly onto your lumpia wrapper like so. And you want to add the meat mixture to the largest side. Then you're going to roll it up and fold the sides in and continue rolling. And then I use just water to seal the tip of the lumpia wrapper directly onto the roll. You can make a cornstarch slurry, or you can even use egg if that helps you out more, but water works just perfectly. So again, add your meat mixture to the largest side. You're going to roll it up and then fold the sides in and continue rolling. Try to make it as tight as possible. Get the air bubbles out, because when you fry it up, you don't want any air bubbles. So just try to roll it up as tight as you possibly can. And this is what your raw lumpia should look like. And here's a pro tip for you guys. You can line your wrappers up like I did here. I just stacked them right on top of each other, and then I piped the filling directly into each one and I rolled it up. This was a super pro tip because I was able to roll up so many so quickly. So with this method, we're doing the same exact thing. We're rolling from the base, the longest side, we're rolling up, And then you just want to fold your sides in and roll tightly all the way towards the tip. Add your water and seal it up real tight. And as I'm rolling these up, I'm adding them to a parchment paper lined baking sheet in one single layer. If you lay them on top of each other, they're going to stick together. So be sure you add them to one single layer until you get ready to fry them up. And once I'm almost done, I heat up my oil in a cast iron skillet or just a non-stick skillet over medium-high heat. You can use canola oil or vegetable oil. And then you are going to add your lumpia directly into the hot oil, one piece of lumpia at a time. Be very careful that you don't burn yourself, and also do not overcrowd that skillet. Like I said, we want our lumpia to be extra golden brown, extra crispy, and if you overcrowd your skillet, it's going to steam instead of fry. So just be careful not to overcrowd it and just add enough like we did here. Fry it up for about 2 to 3 minutes, then go ahead and give them a nice flip. They're gonna start to roll and turn on you, but that's okay. As long as they're submerged in the oil, they are all frying. And once they are golden brown, just like this, you can go ahead and remove them from the hot oil. And in order to keep your lumpia extra crispy, you wanna add it to a wire rack or a cooling rack such as this. That way the excess grease can drain directly down onto that parchment paper. And of course, another option is to add the lumpia to a bed of paper towels to drain off all of that excess grease. These lumpia are the perfect appetizer for your next party or for a game day, or you can even eat them as a snack or just a simple meal. They're absolutely addictive. I guarantee you will not eat just one of them. We like to pair ours with a side of sweet and sour sauce or sweet chili sauce. We've even eaten them with ketchup. They're just that good. You guys have to give these a try and be sure to like, save, and subscribe for more. See you soon.